and so how is your theory better than that? Is sort of the question I pose myself.
Yeah.
It's a question I ask myself. How is what I'm doing going to be better than that?
And what's your best answer to that question for instance, obviously inflation is something that has been important to your career, to your life. What is your most optimistic answer to that?
Yes. So this is the perfect question, because I've been itching to circle back a little bit and say some of the things that I think are really awesome about inflation. and it's, and I would say inflation kind of stuck its neck out in terms of addressing the sort of interest started with the tuning problems, at least on certain. We both know that there's actually a number of different paths where people arrived at the idea of inflation, and some of them are remarkably different. But the path that a lot of people know, and the way it's usually taught now, is through these tuning problems. But there's another thing that inflation does, which is it gives us a very concrete way of thinking about the state of the universe that describes the galaxies and clusters of galaxies and all of that. It gives us, so basically the idea is that during inflation, things that are on very, very small scales in the universe get expanded to all observable scales. And so there's a remarkable, so you could, so in this straw man I gave you, the origin of the galaxies, clusters of galaxies and so on, is something you put in by hand.